Hi, I'm Janet from JRK Handcrafted, and I'm also an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today, I'll be creating with the Made with Sweetness Scrapbooking Workshop Kit, with a few of my own creative twists along the way. But first, let's take a look at everything that's included in the kit. It comes with the designer paper, the cardstock, the ephemera, and the stickers to create 3 beautiful double-page layouts. There are always leftover materials that you can use to create additional layouts using your own designer skills. So this paper is what drew me to this collection, is the canning jars with the jams and the sweets in it, possibly some marmalade. And this would make beautiful paper to write on your recipes, which I'll show you later on how we're going to use that. This paper is very cute. It's deep blue with just little white flowers, and it's got this gingham or checker design on the back. This is one of the papers that is not double-sided. I'll show you how we're going to use that too, but it's a nice pink. I think it's strawberry slush, that one. And this is almost like the blue, but is the pink flowers and has the checker or basically kind of tablecloth look to it, which works great with this collection. And this is the other paper that just has the little white flowers on it. They're very, very cute. It doesn't have to be used for summertime, could be used for any time. And again, there's that pink check again. And what tablecloth wouldn't look great and yummy with this nice bright yellow, I guess you would call it a check. It's really nice, and we'll use that later on too. And then it's got this paper. It's just a real pretty pink, and I believe in the workshop it's used for some backgrounds. And here is that lined paper again. Again, you can use that to write a recipe on, do some journaling. You could put it up and down and possibly make a fence line out of it. And you also have 2 pieces of Calypso Coral, double-sided, so the 2 different shades of Calypso Coral along with that. So that would be great for your photo mats or whatever. And then you've got three pages of the Misty Moonlight, double-sided. And then you also have one, I believe, one um, of the Strawberry Slush included in that. And you'll see some white there, but that could be willow white. I can't remember if that was with the kit or I had that sitting on my desktop. And then here is some of the punch outs for there. So you've got the really cute strawberries. You've the green there are the leaves for the flowers that are down below, and those are daisy looking flowers. You've got the part there with the strawberries, that's actually a file folder. You can't see much of it because it's white, but you've got the cherries, the blueberries, the strawberries, a couple of pull tabs there that we won't be using in the first selection of objects or pages that we do. And you've got these large semicircle or these large circles, excuse me, that are part of the punch outs, and they're in strawberry slush and the midnight moon and midnight moonlight. And then you have your sticker sheets. So you've got some great titles for your pages. You've got some silver spoons. You've got your canning jars. Okay, so we're back. Let's see what we can do with this paper. I am not going to try to do this first layout here. I'm going to try to come up with something specific. I have an idea in mind, and I'm going to show you what that is. But first off, I'll get rid of this glossy paper. I don't know if there's a better way I can show you. This is the original layout. I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to use this layout. This layout is from the March 2026 2-page layout at Page Maps. And I'll leave a link for that down below. So my photos, and I have a couple of extra photos, more than what's in there. So this is, we just moved here a little bit ago. We moved last September into our new home. And so this is the first chance I had to actually plant some stuff that wasn't chewed up by deer. So we have a fence all around our property. So I did take some pictures of the layout, so or of our little garden spots, I guess. It's not a huge yard, but anyway, so in the sketch here, it's showing a 4x6, and this here is 5.5 by 3.5 is here. And then I have the 4x4, which would be the strawberries. And then I have another 4x4, which is really the covering of the strawberries. And then I have a 4x6, which goes this way. And then I have a bunch of 2x2s. So I think I have an extra 2x2s possibly. That would go here. So this is the basic layout that I'm thinking of going with. Now that may change depending on what's happening, but I thought that this made with sweetness paper would be perfect for that. So let's have a look see here. I think I would like to have this jam paper here, and I'm going to move these all just to the side. The jam paper, I think I would like to go in here. This originally is for a birthday layout, but I think I'm going to take and put that, and they have a dark piece around there, and I was kind of thinking that I've got some of the Misty Moonlight, I believe it is, that I can put in the back of that. Yes, some of the Misty Moonlight. So let's pull that out and see how that looks behind there. Yeah, so I'd like that. Now, they go right out to the edge, but I think I might just still leave the white border here. So, okay, and then this would come down here. And then you need something to go across here and go underneath this photo. And if you can recall, when we went through the papers, we have a striped or a lined paper. Let's see if we can find it here. It might be on the back of something. Yeah, it's on the back of that, but I think there's a plain one as well. Let's see if we can find it here. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so maybe, move these back out of the way again. Maybe we can put this. This would go out to here. Have that there. And then we could put a 3.5 by 5, or yeah, 3.5 by 5.5 there. And then I'm going to try to keep the strawberries I was thinking of putting on this side. With this, because this is all the strawberry side, so maybe I will switch that around, because I have all the herbs and I have my blueberries more over on this side. So maybe what I'll do is I'll take and I'll switch this around. I'll move this. I like that blue, so I think maybe we'll keep the blue there. And actually, maybe, yeah, we'll make that like that, maybe. And then we'll take this instead, and we'll move it over here. And are they having it going all the way across? Yes, they do. Okay, so it looks like we'll have, let's try to put this here so you can see it. We'll have this here. Oh, no, actually, we will have this come right across here. Yeah, like that. And then we'll need, well, I'm not sure I'm liking that either. I definitely would like the line paper over here. But let's see what we could complement. I need something that's not too busy if we have the jams here. Well, we could go with the, that would be too much color. Okay, we do have this one that maybe we could put over here. Let's move this over. Okay, and let's get some more of that misty moonlight. Yeah, like, well, no, if we're gonna do this, we better do this side. No, let's leave this dark here. Okay, so we could put that there, and then this is going to come over here, over onto this page. So let's push these together and see if we can. Okay, so if that comes over a little bit there, and then this will go here, and then this would be, then this would go kind of here. So I think we have to bring this over here some, more like that, and then this would come here, and this might go here, and then the pictures. Oh, okay, that's where, okay, so this has got to come down. This is only going to be a short piece here. So this is going to stay here, and then, let's find our other. Okay, and then we've got our, what we got here? We've got our 2x2s. Now these won't be on here, so this is getting a little confusing, but these won't be on here. We'll put this here, and that there. So this is only going to be cut across here, and then we'll have a landing space here for some embellishments. And then this will go here and here, and I might double mat those. And then this one, yes, would go here. And then we've got two here. Oh, no, actually, this one will go over here. Like this, as well as this one. So I think I had changed it up a bit and put that there. These three under here. Yeah. Okay. I think this is kind of the way I want it. So I think I'm going to leave it right here because it's confusing with all this sizes of paper. So I'm going to go away and I'm going to cut the paper out, and then we'll come back and it'll make a little more sense. And I think I might double mat these in the meantime. So you see in a minute. Okay, so we're back. I had some difficulty. If you'll notice here, there's some smudges on my paper. I guess the photo paper that I must have printed my photos on was old or something. Anyways, it did not take the ink well, and I usually don't have any trouble with my printer, but so I had to reprint everything, and I did them on matte. I actually like a matte photo paper better than glossy. Anyway, so what I did was I went ahead, and I'll just kind of move these out of the way for a second. I went ahead, I matted these on the blue, and matted these on the strawberry slush. So this is on Misty Moonlight. Anyway, I'll move these aside for a second so you can see. All right, so what I did, let's move the stickers out of the way, was to follow the sketch. I had my blue paper on the back, which of course was cut at 11.5 by 11.5 and put on a white background. I took the blue gingham and I did that in the place of this pattern paper. My intention was to kind of write down my journaling on here, but because I had the extra picture, I decided to put it there. And I will put my, well, I've got this here as a spacer for my journaling, but I think I'm going to have too much to say on this picture, so I probably won't fit on there, but I'm leaving this space open for that. So I did put this down here. I matted all these little 2x2s on the blue cardstock. I split my jar paper here, just like here. Now, the only thing this has is this has the blue on it as well, which this map did not. But my photos are pretty much the same. So they'll go above and below, and then I have that there, and I have the 4x4. So it's not much difference. They had their journaling here. I'm going to put mine up in here. So if I go to place my photos, I can put that there. So let me tell you this. Oh yeah, so you're probably looking, I place this down. So the title on my page is going to be The Great Blueberry Heist, because when I bought this blueberry bush and planted it, it was loaded with blueberries. So I was so excited. I thought, oh man, yep, gonna have the jam, gonna do all this stuff, it's gonna be great, looking forward to it. I went away down to Nova Scotia to visit for a week, and I came back, and I had, as you can see in this photo here, I did have my blueberries covered with netting. This one here was after the fact, but I had it just the top of it covered with netting. Well, those little robins, they went up underneath and they ate just about every one of my blueberries off. So I got back from Nova Scotia and checked my plant out. It had absolutely nothing left on it. So hence the Great Blueberry Heist. And that's one angry looking robin. Well, I'll tell you, the shoe that went flying at him, he didn't come back again. But so needless to say, I will not have blueberry jam, but I'm putting it in the picture anyway. So this was when I had my blueberries, and that's just a small, it was just loaded with them. Anyways, this is kind of my herb garden, and some of my cilantro, and that was a blueberry bush before we covered it. My pepper plants have just some little flowers on them. I did have strawberries out there, really nice strawberries, but only enough to pick here and there, not enough to do really anything with. So hopefully next year it'll be better. And this was my strawberries after I covered them. So I don't think the robins got at those. So I have caught a couple of either cranky or nasty looking robins there. I think what I may do is I may either get a slingshot or something that I think I might like to put on here as well. That would be a little nasty, but I was really upset about my blueberries. So I'm going to place, this is a sticker, I'm going to place this beside here. I've got these little bees and ladybugs that I'm going to stick there too. Once I get these all down, my title will go down here, so these will fit up in here. And then, like I said, I matted everything here with strawberry slush, and I put those in. And then I have the strawberry and the spoon that's on a sticker, and I've cut the circles that were included with the kit in half and just kind of put them here along the side because the side was fairly plain. And I'll just put these down here. My little guy here, I may get some leaves on my stash and just maybe disperse them a little bit here and there. But that's just, and I have some little daisy type things, so I may find a place for them as well, maybe in here. So I'll go ahead and I'll finish this up, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the finished 2-page layout. Okay, so I've got everything down except my journaling. I'm going to leave this here just to remind me that I've got a journal on here. I may depending on how it looks. It's pretty busy as it is. I don't think we really need anything else. So we've got our nasty robins. I mean, they're all over the place. We've got one here, one here. So we've kind of gone across this way, or actually down and back up again. We have the strawberries, some jam jars, the spoon here. These half circles that we put in, we put a strawberry here. And so pretty much the strawberries are all on this page. This one does have a little bit of the herbs that I kind of harvested in the dehydrator. And then here it's blueberries and herbs basically, and the peppers of course. So blueberry jam, not going to be, it's not going to be a go this year. I think I might get 1 or 2 blueberries off of there. And then of course this was just print and cut. I used a silhouette as opposed to a cricket, so it was print and cut on my silhouette. Other than that, I've used everything that's been provided in the kit. I've just changed it up to fit kind of where I was going with this double page layout. So I'll check and see what I have left in papers and ephemera, and I'll pull that back in, and I'll show that to you shortly. Okay, so here's the second page that I did with this kit. And again, let me just remind you, we are using the Made from Sweetness kit. I have completely changed it. It's not at all like this, other than, yes, I have some berries and stuff like we showed you on the last one. So this one, I use pretty much everything from the kit. So the circles, I've created just a 4x6 here and a 6x4 here, 2 4x4s and 2 3x3s. Now I did bring in, let me just check here, I did bring in the Petals of Beauty Dies, and as you can see, maybe not with the glare, but this one and this one here. And I did this one in white, this one in the strawberry slush, and the same here. So I have basically our title, The Perfect Day. Again, that came from the kit itself. I've used, I've gutted this pink out and used it along with the white background, and just basically backed these ones here with this pattern paper, and then some of the strawberry slush here on these pictures here, just to kind of bring them together. I've got a tab from the kit here. These flowers are from the kit. I've added just some of my own bling from my stash, the daisies from the kit. So everything here is basically from the kit. I don't have any photos in this yet. I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep this one or if I'm going to give this one to family or other folks that do some scrapbooking. But so that's the second layout that I've done. And traditionally, the workshops all create a minimum of 3 double page layouts. And I have gotten at least this, and I will more than likely have more than that. But I've got 4 here, including the original one that I showed you. Okay, so this one here, again, this paper is from the workshop. This one as well. Now, I've done some stamping on this too, and let me see if I can recall which stamp set that is from. Let me see if I kept it up here. Doesn't look like I have it on hand. No, I can't quite find it right now. But anyways, I'll list the stamp sets and die sets on the bottom of, if I've used them for any of these layouts. So I did actually go to the, let me see here, I should have this already, but I did go to the Capturing Smiles die set and stamp set. So as you can see, we've got the little photo slides here, here, and here. So I captured those in our 3 different areas here. And then I've stamped or die cut the cameras. Here I just have the one small stamped camera and die cut. This is from my stash. I created this on my silhouette. This is from my stash. This little side note's from my stash. This little Find Joy in the Journey, that's from my stash as well. So we've got 3 little things. Oh, and the other thing I have added here, and I've had these in my stash forever, is these acetate windows, I guess you could call them. And this one has just some wildflowers in the bottom of it. And this little 4x6 is easy to remove. So you would just put your picture in there and then slide it back in. And then this little file folder tab here, picture will go here, but you could put your date in here, the date of the event that this happened in. So that's the second layout. And basically I've just taken this paper here, cut it in half, put it down here. I had a piece of this left over from an earlier, actually it was the first time I used this, but I wanted to use it on both pages. So I split it in two, and then I added a little bit of the strawberry slush pattern paper. And the circles, I have a half circle here, a full blue circle here, and a full pink circle here. So I've tried to kind of, and I have a half circle, well, 3/4 of a circle down here too. So I've tried to kind of carry those half circles or semicircles throughout this layout. And then I have just an ampersand from my stash as well. Okay, so that is the third layout. Let's go to the fourth. And this will be the last one that I'll be showing you today. Now, let me see. For that one, let me see here. I've used the Relaxing Waterside to create this Adirondack chair. These little stickers are all, actually these stickers here, the ice cream, the camera, the ice cream cone, and the soda bottle are all from my stash, but I did create the little flip-flops from my, I was going to do these separately, but I thought I'd try to get them all in together here. So, yeah, so that, these little flip-flops and this little bottle here are all from the Splash and Relax die. So this is your flip-flop here, and this is the two little things that you would put your toes into there. This set of glasses is from my stash. I did not use the one here. And then for our greenery here, so let me before I go further, let me explain why I did this and why it kind of looks a little bit kind of odd across from each other. My son and his family decided to do a staycation for this week, and so they asked the kids, they have 2 kids at home, so they asked the kids, you know, what they wanted to do and what the parents wanted to do. So some of them wanted to go camping, some of them wanted to go to the water park, and so this particular layout, this side is for the fun and the sun. So this will be the water park pictures I get from them, and I'm kind of waiting for those. They're still there today. And then this side will be the camping, outdoorsy side of their vacation. And I do have the hammock there. My son sleeps in a hammock, and the kids, I'll have a picture on here, and I might post it up again on maybe on my Facebook page. These pictures will be of, they have a camper tent that attached to the back of their truck, and so that's where mom and the 2 kids sleep. Anyways, that's kind of why these kind of have a different vibe, but they kind of come together in the center. So this will be whole week's worth of photos. So the hammock here, and then like I said, we've got some greenery here, some fronds, and the green, and I think this one's maybe punk. I'm not sure which that is. Anyways, you can see here I've kind of got that blue circle kind of in the back, and I've got the pink one over here, just like we did in the last one. We've got outdoor camping, get outside and sleep under the stars. So, and the lantern. So I managed to take a lot of the blue here because I thought that would match. This is wood. This is a wood grain, and it's from one of my wood grain packages here from Stampin' Up. And I'll list everything down below of any of the things I've used. So this is one of the wood grain papers here. So I kept it kind of more on the vacation camping side. And then this one, I'm trying to morph it into kind of some water. And then, of course, all the water and sunshine type stuff here. So, and it is a staycay. So they were only within less than an hour away from home in all these events that they did. So that is the four layouts that I have created so far with this kit. Now I still do have, it came with Cajun Craze cardstock, and the layouts that I didn't really go with. It just didn't seem to go well with it. So, or sorry, I think that's Calypso Coral. I was thinking it was Cajun Craze. So I do have still some Misty Moonlight. I have 2 sheets of this. I have some of the pattern paper. This pattern paper. I have some of the lined paper. And I may cut a little bit of this out just to make some journaling on that family picture that I just showed, or the family layout that I just showed you. And I do have, yeah, bits and pieces that I think I can still come up with some kind of a layout here, or I might even turn them into cards. Halloween's coming, and I have to make a bunch of cards for my local seniors home. So yeah, anyways, that is what I did with the Made with Sweetness. Even though I still have berries and blueberries left over, and I actually have let me show you some of the stuff. So I actually have some of the ephemera left. So I have some of the cherries, some of the leaves, some of the flowers. Again, they didn't necessarily go with anything else that I was doing other than the one berry one that I did at the start. But I do have, I have some borders here on the sticker sheet. I have, you know, some titles. I have some spoons. So I'm sure I can put together something to go, you know, something with the pages that are here. I might have to add a few things, but I think I can pretty well get a full another, even if it's not a double page layout, I may be able to get a single page out of this, but we'll see. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed kind of my variation on what I could do with this workshop. And I guess at the end of the day, I get not advice, but what I would suggest is if you see a workshop and maybe the title throws you off a bit, or you're thinking, oh, what would I do with that? Use it for what you want to use it for. The papers are still beautiful. The ephemera is still beautiful. And I'm sure there's someone within your circle that would love to get a pre-made page or two that you could share it. So don't be scared of the title. Don't be scared of the layouts that they have there. If you have pictures that you think you can kind of morph either the layouts or the number of photos, go ahead and do that. Don't don't feel like you have to stick to what's here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I will put links in the bottom, and if there's anything that you see as I'm creating any of these workshops and you think you might like to have one, please visit my shop, and I'd be happy to have you join me and belong to my group. Anyways, I appreciate very much. You have an awesome day. Take care.